Hey everyone, Frank from 5am Ramen here reporting from Hakodate, Hokkaido. Welcome to episode 2 of this mini Hokkaido ramen series. Hokkaido is Japan's northernmost island, famous for its incredible food, and naturally for me, ramen is at the top of the list. Now, Hakodate isn't a huge city, but it's one of my favorites in Japan. After Hakodate, we're heading to Sapporo, Hokkaido's capital. Sapporo definitely has more variety when it comes to ramen and food overall, but Hakodate holds a special place in my heart, so leaving is always a little bittersweet. For our last day here, we're starting with not ramen, but a burger. My body was confused by the lack of noodles, but I always make it a point to visit Lucky Pierrot. Lucky Pierrot is a burger chain exclusive to Hakodate. Every branch is wacky. Some might even say weird, but I love how they fully embrace it. The Chinese chicken burger is their top seller. Crispy fried chicken, slathered in mayo and sweet soy sauce, it's a winner. As for this other burger I got, I honestly don't remember what I ordered, but it definitely had a few calories. And then there's the beer-sized coffee I somehow ended up with. After stumbling out of Lucky Pierrot, I knew I had to get back on track with ramen, so I set my sights on a ramen shop that's been making waves in Hakodate, Ramen Room 18. And well, let's just say I ran into a little bump in the road when I got there.
Good morning from sunny Hakodate. My stupid fault. Ramen Room 18 is closed for the month of September, although it would have been one of those things where even if I called, no one would have picked up. And it's a shame. This would have been a shoyu ramen restaurant and the change up from all the shio up to now. But there's another super local spot I bookmarked not too far from here, but it looks like we're going to be getting shio for the next bowl. Why not? We're in Hakodate. Suppose we have to end with the shio. It would only be appropriate to do that. But yeah, it's unfortunate about this place. This was going to be, I think, something quite modern and different, but can't complain. I love my shio ramen, and it's probably, again, the best way to go out.
So, backup plan. Enter a little spot called Ramen Rika. They have been around since 1979. Super local spot. Faded out menu photos on the wall and all. Their shio ramen is simple and old school. A clear pork and chicken broth that probably hasn't changed since 1979. Here's my recap of Ramen Rika, coming to you from Hakodate's Kanemori Red Brick Warehouse District. This area even has one of those Starbucks that tries to blend into the historic surroundings. Quick interruption. Our brand new Hokkaido Ramen Guidebook is your ultimate digital resource for the best ramen spots across Hokkaido. It's packed with useful info, like whether a ramen shop has tables, what's in the soup, and more. Links in the description, and use the promo code.
What a wonderful place to wrap up the video in. This is on the water. It's the red brick warehouse area compared to the one in Yokohama, which is basically just one small building. This area has a lot more old warehouses that they've converted into shops and restaurants. I'm a big fan of this area, so happy to be closing out the video here. And now for Ramen Rika. It was as expected. Simple is best. It was Hakodate shio ramen as it was back in the day, and that remains unchanged today. You can feel the history in the ramen shop from the big menu on the wall with faded photos, the old school stools and chairs, the little washitsu sitting area in the back there. And yeah, it was 680 yen, so you can't complain. It was very simple, but in a good way. In terms of sweetness, it was kind of in between the other two ramen shops. It was sweet, but not quite as sweet as that last place. And otherwise, yeah, noodles that were a little bit thinner than medium thick. Pretty straightforward with the toppings, a little bit more old school with the chashu pork. They weren't super fatty, super soft, not tough though, and not that dry. Overall, ticked all the boxes, and I think a great place to end, even though there was a little bit of a wrench thrown in the works in terms of where we originally wanted to go. Always happy to come back to Hakodate. There's not a lot of ramen variety here, but with shio ramen being one of my favorite styles, maybe my favorite style, I wouldn't have it any other way. This is Frank from 5am Ramen. I hope you enjoyed this little Hakodate ramen video. Tune into the next episodes for some ramen in Sapporo, Hokkaido. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you in the next video.
I'll leave you with some footage of beautiful Lake Toya. Technically my next stop before Sapporo. If you're in Hokkaido, Lake Toya is absolutely worth checking out. Frank from 5am Ramen, signing out. Oh, すみません。
Finishing the video here in front of an actual red brick. It's not a green screen.